Let me begin by saying that it was very unfortunate when a minister of state, a member of parliament, came on air to defend this marriage which took place at his constituency, that this is what they do all the time, and he even did it when he was a child. It is very appalling that you know that development forever for it to grow, there is no way you could do without education. And ideally, if a child's interest in education declines, then what it means is that although the child will be going to school, will be seen going to school, you buy whatever logistics that a child needs, but then there wouldn't be any interest of the child getting himself or herself before the books, read and understand, and to be able to become a better person in future. We recall that just last 3 days, the police was able to intercept a bus which was conveying some children from Hafasini to the total amount of about 118 children. And all that the people or the children were saying was that they were going to their parents at Yeji to help them with their work. And out of these, on their return home, they are going to get money from whatever enterprise they are going to involve themselves in. It is very appalling if for whatsoever reason you would assume that a child as low as 5 years old could be put in any form of child labor. One would not say that do not help your parents. One would not say that a child should be recalcitrant to the parent. But then, from the faces of the children, you could realize that it was not within their interest to have embarked on that journey.
Okay.
But they had no other alternative just to respond to whatever that they have been assigned to. Child trafficking is a menace, and we recall that this menace led this country, Ghana, to the extent that the U.S. banned Ghana from exporting our cocoa products to the U.S. until recently that they have lifted that ban. So entirely, it is not in the right direction. And I was very, very much surprised and devastated when a minister of state comes to defend, to the extent that even E.T. Mensah also was saying that he sees nothing wrong with it, until a point in time he said that it was improper for them to have taken children as low as 5 years, 2 years, 6 years, 7 years. And I even learned that within our constitution, it is stipulated that a child below the age of 15 should not be put in any form of labor which will generate revenue. If it is a form of help, how do you say that your child should come and help you at shore? Which is a very dangerous venture.
Okay.
So I believe that it is a manage that need to cease within our country, because it wouldn't serve as good. The country will move forward. We need the people to be educated.
Okay, that's a nice special segment. Anyway, 0322062207. The MPP's Congress is on Saturday. What are your take on the arrangements so far? Asamoah-Boateng's wife has been discharged by an Accra Circuit Court, and the bill on SCS deal has been passed in Parliament. Honorable PC Appiah-Ofori says he had to stay back because he had to what he actually said was that if you saw something bad in the deal, you don't just have to get up and walk out. You'd have to stay and fight. But eventually, he left. 0322062207, 19 minutes after 9. At 9:30, we make way for the Kingston vibration. But I'll get to Emmanuel Osei too quickly as he wraps up for us to leave the studio.
Well, okay, Nana, I will say that Ghana has come of age, as in we shouldn't, at this modern era, practice child trafficking. So now that some parliamentarians and the security service has raised eyebrow that yes, indeed, we should look into the matter, what I will say is that I think the government has to educate those who indulge themselves.
Let me get to George Ajay, who's on the line. George, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Abba.
How are you doing, George?
Oh, well, I'm doing great, and by the grace of God, I'm doing well.
Okay, George, what do you have for us this evening?
Well, let me start with the children being trafficking in our country. In fact, it's an eyesore to see a child of about 4, 5, 6 years being paraded to go to find money for their parents. What is the cause for this that is happening in our country? We should go deep down there to know what is happening down the ground that is making people to sell out their wealth at this tender age for money. It tells you there's economic hardship in this country. People are suffering. It's not bearing on any other individual in the country. And therefore, if we are supposed to put a hot bit, then it means that the government should do its work well, that the economy should be moving in a very smooth service, that people will feel free in the country. This is the reason why come Saturday, the MPP is going to elect the candidate who is going to be the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party to lead the MPP into government in Camp 2012. And therefore, it's bestowed upon the electorate of the New Patriotic Party that they should choose a candidate who will come and redeem Ghana from the mess that the NDC is troubling Ghanaians with. And therefore, I'm praying that we have a very successful election come Saturday. And I tell you, Ghanaians will never live to regret under the leadership and offices of the New Patriotic Party Camp 2012. My regards to your panelists. Thank you, Ada.
Thank you very much, George J. 0322062207, 0322062207. And call up now and share with us. It's about 9 minutes before we leave the studio. 0322062207. Ima.
And as I was saying, Ghana has come of age as in practicing child trafficking. So now that some parliamentarians have raised the eyebrow that yes, indeed, government has to look into it. I hope government is going to come out, educate those who indulge themselves in child trafficking, and also the perpetrators will be prosecuted.
George was talking of economic hardships. What would push you so much so that you give your child off into labor at that early age? Yeah,
that tells me that then the economy state that we are in now.
Can we say it's just started? Can we say that it just started and not some time ago?
Yes, indeed. We can say that it just started. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, unfortunately, I think there is some contradiction here. They were saying that the children were going to help their parents with whatever enterprise that their parents are undertaking. So does it mean that wherever that they were coming from, they were not with their parents and they were staying alone? We ask ourselves that question. Entirely, we could say for a fact that this is something that has been planned by certain organized people, because it is very appalling for you to put a child below the age of 15 to such an adventure. How do you expect the child to survive in an unlikely case when it's being drawn by the water? There is different from you